Hey everyone, just want to show you what I'm working on today and maybe some tips on garage organization for the DIYer like me. So anyway, I'm working on this is the MSDS filter. So you see, like when you see these cars for sale and these aren't red or blue, or if they're just like a gray color, whoever's owned the car hasn't oiled their filter, and without the oil there's no filtration. So just a little, so I'm redoing mine, even though it really didn't need it. And then this is an MSDS filter. So for those of you that say, oh, it just lets all the dirt through. So far it's working pretty good. I don't see any dirt in there, 5,000 miles. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting ready for my road trip. So I got my, starting to get my tools, spare parts. I had a video on this. I got this in case I get bad gas. I don't know if that really boosted a lot, but yeah, I got coil in the fuel pump. I got all this stuff I leave in the car, like the relay for the DME. Anyway, garage organization. So when I did my car, I basically had to get rid of my toys. So I have a 3-car garage, 2 on this side, and I got a 1 car over there. And I had this filled with toys and motorcycles. So when I did the car, I basically either brought my motorcycles to my place up north, or I sold my Corvette. I had a Corvette in here that I would work on too. I had the Corvette for a while, and I loved it, but when you DIY, if you have too many irons in the fire, then it's not that good. Anyway. So what I did was I cleared everything out, got rid of the motorcycles, just so I had floor space. And then what I did was I used this area here. So I had the car here, jacked up. I had the car pulled all the way forward here. So I get to the back and then pulled the engine out, and I did the tear down in this area here. And what I did was I started to get good lighting. And above the garage door, now it's open, there's a light there. So I had light go directly down on top of me. So I had all the tear down here. I did buy the parts washer, and I bought a filter system on eBay that some guy made. So because there's a lot of parts washing with these cars. So that's like the tear down, washing, all in this area. And that took up, like 6 weeks of. It took me 2 weeks to just get the exhaust off. It was all rusted together and everything. And then, as it was being torn down, I used this side of the garage for storage. These shelving here, I've used it for other stuff now, but at the time I had exhaust pipes in there and heat exchangers. So I have my new stuff that was being stacked on one shelf. I had my old stuff, which was being stacked. And as I took off the the intake and the transaxle, that was all back here. So I had like the transaxle, I had things over here. I used this for the tools I was buying, new parts I was doing, parts I was refurbishing was over here. So this was like a clean side and part storage. On the other side of the car was like the dirty side. And then I had things like, hiding in here is the lift table, which is, you need that. And over here is an engine hoist. So I did use that to move it from the lift table to my engine stand, which the engine stand is hiding in here too. I had to use the hoist. I couldn't really get it correctly. So I have the little trolley leveler and things like that. So anyway, I'm keeping all this stuff in case I ever have a problem. I have to do it again. So again, part storage. After things were clean, they would go in here. Things I wasn't doing right at a time would go in here. All these shelves, all of this was full of stuff. I had the axles. I had bearings, boxes of bearings. I had the crossover pipe. There's a lot of stuff, lots of little boxes and things that you're going to need later. You need shelving and storage for all that. And then when I got everything back, I cleaned this area, swept, cleaned, mopped. Everything was clean, kept the garage door down. I had my AC system here. And then What else did I do? I had an air filter in here too, because when I had the case open, I wanted to make sure that everything was clean, 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 including the air, because it just does get dusty in here. And this became my clean assembly area. So I assembled the engine here after everything was clean. I moved everything out and then did all the work right here. And what I did was I got the stainless steel tables, which some guy was selling them pretty cheap here, which I have it in the backyard now. I'm using it in the backyard as like a barbecue place. So I had like smaller versions of these, and I put it right here in the center, kind of like where this lightweight table is, under the lighting. So I had one table here under that light, and I had the engine stand over here. So I would build here, do an operation, measure bearings and all that stuff, do the crank, the rods, and I kind of did all that here, and then I would assemble it onto the engine stand over here. So anyway, just as a kind of a space guide, if you're going to have one car and you're going to do a lot of work, you need a lot of space. So I used three-car garage to do one car. And then I cleared everything else out, motorcycles and other toys, ATVs. I had just too much. So I just decided to focus on the car. And I have all my tools and everything to do it. And just wanted to give you an idea of, if you're going to do some of this, obviously you could do it in a lot less space. But having the room to store your parts and to build really helps out a lot. So anyway, I'll end it there, and hopefully that can help you out if you're thinking about doing this for yourself. And this would include engine rebuilds, getting the car up on jacks, removing the fuel system, doing suspension, at a minimum, place for the car, and then a work area. Part storage, of course, you can store them in your bedroom up to the ceiling and annoy your wife. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Bye.